And so that's everything that happened on my first 100 days of Amazing Paper Season 3. Now this season I plan to do more in streams and only upload storyline bits to YouTube. So check me out at twitch.tv/citrusthings. And until next time, Crater!
Sorry, Citrus. I had to stop you from killing everyone. It wasn't personal.
Finally, at the end of day 100, we just barely get some banners made and hung up before we run out of time on the final day. And we are ready to get started with the season now, and I can't wait to do more. Diamond. Then up here. C H I P S. We did it! Just a little bit of cleanup, and we did it with... Oh, okay. On day 79, I harvested some birch wood so that way I could make the ceiling and floor, and I did some math to make sure that I had it all in one go. Hey Google, 323 divided by 2 plus 144 divided by 4?
305.5 divided by 4 is 76.375.
On day 96, I went to the desert to get some sand so we could make some glass for the final build of the 100 days. Having done my end of the deal, I was able to sit and watch this thing get built by itself for 5 days. On day 89, I felt like I could not get something big enough to present for the last part of the video, so I thought, let's get another sacrifice. So I invited Grain over. That's what it is. Okay, yep. So, let's see, do I still? It's still there. Then, and if you'd like to set your spawn, and you can do that in the tent here.
Done.
All right.
A bit worried now. What are we doing?
This is my
Wow. It certainly is very dark.
Would you like to walk into it?
Yeah. What's the worst that can happen when I can hear? Alright then. I'll do it.
Alright. Alright, go ahead and sacrifice yourself to the devil.
Sure, yeah, just one moment. Just gathering the courage I need to jump in.
And on day 87, I made a item elevator to shoot the items up into the tunnel. On day 86, I dug a tunnel to link up the farm with the main supply pipeline. On day 85, I linked up a nether portal so that way I could quickly get to the farm without having to take any kind of elevator. On day 84, I tested out the farm and made sure it worked. On day 83, I spider-proofed the kill chamber. I probably overdid it, but you know, I'm not a redstone or farm engineer. I gotta just overdo it so that spiders can't even touch the walls. On day 82, I got powder, snow, and campfires for the spawners, which I got watered between day 81 and 82. That's all after digging them out on the entirety of day 80. On day 79, I found out that below the spider spawner that I already knew about, there was a spider spawner next to a skeleton spawner. So I decided We need to work on that instead of the just one spawner. We need the double spawner that has 2 mobs. Days 77 to 78, I worked on the water stream in order to move the items to where I want them to be. I just let it all go into one chest and left it as that. On day 76, I went out to the frozen ocean in order to get some ice. On day 75, I got my fortune pick. I think it's fortune 3. I didn't put it in my notes. On day 74, I just continued what I was starting on day 73. On day 73, I finished the well by digging it and linking it up with the tunnel. And then after I was done with that, I snuck off to the XP farm so I could actually do those enchants I was planning on doing. You know what? I'm going to leave it in. On day 72, I finally made my way home through the underground, and then I went and I built a well, which I died doing, which sucks because I was gonna go enchant things right after I was done, and now I can't. On day 71, I did nothing but dig this tunnel. I'll explain to you yesterday. On day 70, I visited Spawn and it had Christmas decorations everywhere. Yes, that's right. I've been taking that long to make this video. That there are Christmas decorations everywhere. I went to the big ice cave next to the bay at Spawn, so that way I could start digging out a tunnel leading back to my base for items to flow to the cave. Since I helped protect the village, I got a whole bunch of enchanted books.
And that.
Alright, that's my whole inventory full. Alright, I'm gonna head back because there's no way the villagers are gonna top that. And with the gifts they give.
I'm just a complex villager. It's I found it. It's empowered snow. It's drinking healing potions.
Oh no, not the automatic restart, not now.
Do we do it?
We did it! I don't need to get that iron. During that raid, I started another raid. No!
No. Okay, from the top.
And then during that raid, Coralito started another raid.
Gave him. I'm about to die.
On day 68, I was with Goofy Goldfish at his crater town when we started a raid by protecting the town. This raid went on forever.
It's fine. All of my villagers are boarded up. The important ones, at least.
On day 67, Goofy Goldfish came over to donate some iron so that way I could put some hoppers under the sheep farm. I gave him some wool in return. On day 66, I took a break. While I took this break, I sat there as I watched a picnic area build itself. Very strange. On day 65, the torches started emitting darkness, so I figured the fountain was trying to get my attention. Since I didn't do the job that it wanted to have done, I had to try again before I went to talk to it. So I called Goofy over. Alright, okay. There you are. Alright, so yeah, I need a favor from you. It would just follow me over here this way.
Okay.
Alright, come on down here.
This is a very long staircase you have here. What is this, by the way? You just told me not to bring my stuff down, so I don't completely know.
So this is my dark fountain. It's been telling me to do things. It wants blood.
I don't want.
There you are, dark fountain. Here's the blood. I take my exit. On day 62, Coralito brought me a Silk Touch book while I covered a hole that I wanted to build on, making a foundation. And then I made a new shovel and pick, enchanted them at Crater Town, and added the Silk Touch to the pick. On day 61, I harvested a good amount of wood, so now we have a decent supply of dark oak. On day 60, my game crashed. That was when I was on my way to go find some black dye for the last sheep, and that's when I made a staircase out the river at Crater Town. But I forgot to record after that crash, you know? On day 55, I decided we needed to get the sheep farm done. So that's what I did from 55 to 59. Where on 59 I got it done right as the sun came up, but it took pretty much all day in order to get the sheep that I put in without dyeing them to get wool for me to dye them. On day 54 we finally got home from our little quest, and then we did some chores. On days 52 and 53, we tried repeatedly storming the mansion because we had both lost the stuff we had brought on this trip, and we just kept losing it because the Vindicators and the Vex both hit really, really hard. Even if you have all your armor on, because, you know, it's just iron.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa! They just showed up! Like,
Yep.
they only teleported to me. But eventually we got a good amount of our stuff back. We didn't get really needed to get stuff back, like the pickaxe and the mending book. But we made some profit. Sorta. I mean, I got like a mob head. At about midday, our party was fully put together. And Coralito had to go somewhere, so he logged off. To my surprise, the night got skipped while waiting to meet up, so I had used that whole day waiting. On day 51, Roosley agreed to help me attack the mansion to try to get my stuff back. Later on, after we met up, Coralito also agreed to help me and join us on our journey. On day 50, I was still exploring off in that direction I had picked when I had found a dark oak forest, and I didn't have to get very far into the forest to see a roof peeking over the canopy. Then I got greedy, picked a fight with a Vindicator, and look. Oh no! Day 49, I only have a few seconds of footage for some reason, and that's the day I upgraded my furnace system by putting an extra hopper under it, pointing to the hopper that's under the campfire and into the barrel, and I traded 2 cows for a mending book, which I took with me along with the fortune pickaxe to go explore at night with my youngest horse, my brand new horse. So I just realized I recorded the wrong screen, so I had my camera account pointing away from my base being recorded for 90 whole minutes, plus 10 minutes that I forgot to record altogether. So 100 minutes of footage gone. So anyway, just this last night, I wore out my pick and couldn't fit hardly anything else in my inventory, and I got out and I was at the bottom of the backside of a mountain that overlooks my valley. I climbed up it and it was covered in bees. I'll show you a picture of these bees because those I can go back and get that image. Before that, the whole day before that, I mined all day and all night. And day 46 is when I started mining, but I had also moved the sheep pen closer to the sheep farm and killed the ones that escaped. On day 45, I decided I wanted to work on the sheep farm, but I didn't realize that I didn't have the stuff I needed. So I rode my horse to spawn. It was really difficult. Oh, yeah. There were a lot of places I probably could have killed my horse. And at the spawn farm, I got sand, coca, nether wart, and sugar cane. And then I went the long way around the mountain and through Crater Town to get back home. And on day 44, I just used my tree farm a little bit before I went mining for a while. On day 43, I grinded all day at the stray grinder, and then I was able to enchant my pick with Fortune 3 and an axe with Efficiency 1. I also did some other enchants on my iron armor. On day 41, I found 3 horses. The first one was the farthest away. I found closer ones when I went back trying to get more because this first one was fast, but it couldn't jump. Then on day 42, I went over to Crater Town to get some enchantments, but I didn't have enough levels, so I went to their stray grinder and grinded overnight. On day 40, I went down to get some string, but the spiders did not really want to spawn, and in the short amount of time I had to collect some string, so I only got 3. But I dropped this 3 string off to Nutmegan, and she gave me a saddle, and then I searched my valley for horses overnight. On days 36 through 39, I worked on a tree farm. First, I built a bridge over a gap, and then I filled that gap with flowing water down to the very bottom corner, or where I dug my way out. Then I went and traveled through the nether to spawn to get some soul sand from Nutmegan, because she had some, and I couldn't find a proper biome in the nether myself. And on day 39, I made the bubble column, but it's useless because I need to get some ice in that spot, so that way the stuff flows into there. But Silk Touch doesn't work. I don't have Silk Touch. So it's useless for now. On day 35, I got my stuff back and found the nearest bastion, which luckily nobody had looted yet. I got around all the piglins and even unnecessarily attacked the brute, which couldn't even reach me. But I'm happy to get an ancient debris, but it's a shame that I didn't have pig step in there. On day 34, I made plans to explore the nether. So I went up and I got some buckets of powder snow so that way I could MLG in case if I fell or other reasons like doing it on purpose. But then when I went to the nether and ended up in a spot where it looked like I had to do it, I completely failed. On day 33, it was time to gather Green's blood for the fountain. I'm gonna show you the whole fight. Okay, thank you for helping me with this.
Yep. I've also marked down where each color should go. And then also you're going to want to put another one down below. Weirder. Not right now, though. For now, this should be enough.
Okay.
You've already gotten some of each of the 3 colors you have in your... It might be worthwhile skipping all the way over to here to do the... If you want white wool. This one's... Very skills. Okay, then with the hoppers, you can simply set up lines and have 1 line for each color. Then set up a set of chests.
So did you see the other farms that I need to make? On this board over here?
Oh yeah, I'll go over there. Carrots, gold farm, submit the blood.
Your blood! It demands your
Nope.
blood! Oh no, I can't catch up. There you are!
We just hit you with this.
Oh no!
It's my sharp iron sword. It's my special one.
Oh! Day 28 through 32, we were working on the sheep farm. So on day 28, I flattened this whole area out on top of the hill, so that way we had somewhere to put it. And then I got sent over to Crater Town, where I fell down this powdered snow column, because I had to go borrow some redstone and some iron. Red was nice enough to give us those ingredients, but we needed a dispenser. We realized a little late right there that we needed a dispenser, and in order to make a dispenser, we needed bows, which I don't have enough string, and I don't have any bows. So we went looking in the caves for spiders because the night got skipped, so that was going to be the only way. Luckily, we did find a spider spawner, and I dug up a flight of stairs up to the valley, and then we finished up the sheep farm. Well, as much as we could. But then Green, he got the feeling something was talking about doing something evil.
I get the feeling someone is talking about doing something evil.
Why?
I don't know. I just have that feeling that someone's trying to talk about doing something evil. My best guess, we'll talk about Curse of Binding pumpkining someone.
On day 27, we built the nether portal and got into the nether to get that quartz that we needed. On day 26, Green showed up to help make the sheep farm, but we needed some quartz in order to make the observers for it. So we went down into the caves in order to get some obsidian, and that just took all day. On day 25, if I got a message from Green, he was wondering what I was doing. Even though I was chopping down a tree, I decided to tell him I needed help with the sheep farm. This was a trap, by the way. So he agreed to come over, and so I made an anvil so I could sharpen and name my sword. Hey Google, spell fountain. While I was waiting and as the sun was setting, I made an auto composter to wrap up the day. On day 24, I set up a proper tent, so that way our camp is officially a camp now. And then I went and I planted the new crops, because we need to get those carrots ready. And I started cutting down trees because I wanted to have some wood on hand for anything I wanted to start building, because it's almost a quarter of the way through the challenge. Finally, I slept in my tent for the first time. On day 23, I got potatoes and carrots from the village by bone mealing them to see what they were. And then I destroyed the beetroot because beetroot has no purpose and shouldn't be allowed to live. Then I made a pond near the base because there's no water anywhere in my plains, which I wish was a meadow, but it's a plain, so either way there's no water. And then finally I spent all night lighting the area around camp up, so that way I'd get less hostile mobs whenever people didn't sleep. On day 22, I built my goals board, and then I started those goals by building a sheep pen, and before I went to get the sheep. And then Goofy surprised me with coming up behind me with a gift of iron. And after that, I went to a village to look for potatoes, but wound up just like boarding them all in their homes because they were all in bed. And then the server started lagging and I could not eat my meal in an appropriate amount of time, and I just kept chewing and chewing and chewing and chewing and chewing and chewing all day long. Chewing all day long. Chewing all day long. Chewing all day long. On day 21, I worked on the dark fountain room. I was given orders. Yes? Yeah, I guess I can do that. Yeah, those make sense. I would definitely do that. Sure thing. Yeah. Yeah, I can do that. Alright, I'm gonna leave now. Since I only had 2 diamonds and not enough for a pick, Red let me have an extra bit of diamonds in order to rebuild what I had lost. This trip took all day. On day 19, I seem to have miscounted my days at that point. So it is actually day 18, I think, based on what I'm looking at my footage for, but it doesn't matter. I only did chores on day 19. But we are going to call this day 19 just to keep consistent with my notes so I don't confuse myself. Sorry for the lack of another day. On day 17, I realized I was being a fool, strip mining in a cave. I could be branch mining and looking for diamonds. Now, I didn't find any, but I did find some lapis, and then I left the mine and got killed by a skeleton. Just kidding, it was a creeper. I retrieved my stuff and died on the way out. I got the cows home roughly about daybreak on day 16, but they didn't have their own place, so I then built them their own cow pen. Then I went down and I collected some deep slate as an offering for the dark fountain. I don't know why, I just felt like it wanted some. It's now day 15. I just realized that my footage from today and yesterday was gone. And I did my first big harvest of my wheat. I crafted a spyglass, and Red, Goldfish, and Coralito let me come over to the crater town to enchant my pickaxe. Then I lured some cows to my base. On day 14, I went to the Room of Darkness again, but my footage doesn't show it. It just recorded my camera account for some reason. Maybe the Fountain of Darkness did it. Well, I also went and looked for some lapis so I could get my pick enchanted. On day 13, I was still mining the amethyst when I found some strange cave that made the whole room bright. So I went and explored it, and it had this fountain of darkness in it. And it kind of had like some strange presence over me. I didn't know what to do about it, so I threw some stuff at it and it vanished. Just into thin air. I was compelled to block it up and save it and preserve it, and because I don't know why. I don't know. On day 12, I went back to the geode to mine it out to get some amethyst and some calcite and some smooth basalt, and that was the whole day. I logged back into the server after taking a break on day 10 and realized that the counter was not working as I thought. It was counting the server days and adding 1, so it was for single player, 100 days. And so then I made a wheat farm. And then I went to bed, and then I made a clock that I really procrastinated on making the clock, didn't I? I waited a whole day. That was something I told myself to do immediately. Now, the reason I made the clock is because since we're on a multiplayer server, I gotta make sure I know when the day changes so that way I can keep track of the days for you. Because people just sleep constantly. And then finally, I finished up on my wheat farm. Actually, just kidding, the day's not over yet. The next thing I did was I marked out the cave entrance with some amethyst, and then I made my first diamond pickaxe. On day 9, I mined some amethyst from the geode, and then I went up and I put a chest down for my first items. Now that I had that separated, I could go for my second diamonds underwater, but I kind of drowned. On day 8, I finally got out of the cave with my loot, and I had a new bed thanks to MC Redman, so I celebrated by respawning in it. And then I went down into the mines to get my first diamond. I managed to get my stuff back on day 7. And then on my way out, I found a geode, which I fell out of. Whoops! And had to walk all this way again. After I got my stuff back, I noticed my pick was missing, so I went back to where I died the first time, and there was a water stream that I followed way down, and I assume it must have died at the end, or maybe it was somewhere else, I don't know. But I found some deep slate diamond! Finally, I spotted some diamonds while hunting glow squid. I found more diamonds. On day 5, I went caving again. I went caving all through the night, all the way into day 6, where I got blown up by a creeper.
Give you that.
Thank you.
On the way back up, I'll place stairs.
Ah!
Oh no!
Ah, I don't have a bed yet. I forgot to make a bed. On day 4, I made a proper chicken pen with the stuff I was able to get from the previous day. On day 3, I brought chickens to the base, and then I decided it was time to go caving, so I went to a cave opening and died. Spider jockey, jeez! This cave does not want me to go inside it. But I did get to go caving after I got all my stuff back, and I did that for the rest of the day. As the night gets skipped, I make my first bits of charcoal. Then I go down the hill and I find where I'm going to set up camp. At the end of day 1, I climbed the mountain in time to see the sun setting, and I made a furnace. And so, with the start of the season, the first thing I did was I made some boots and dyed them orange.
I will be
Like, wow.
I need to do my
I think
intro.
I'm sharing or what?
Okay, go ahead, do your intro.
Hello everyone and welcome to the amazing Pepper and SMP. My name is Retrovar and it is quite a mess, so let's get right into it.
Yay! Now you just did all our
Hey,
intros for us,
Robin.
so nobody has to do one.
Exactly.
Robin. Robin.
Oh, quit it.
Okay, so the item is somewhere up by the nether portal.
Oh,
Hey.
alright, I'll get it. I'm
By the way,
closest.
your goldfish, like, one thing, that head kind of seems familiar. No idea why. But...
Okay, what is that accent? 'Cause
Who's gonna ride across?
I found it. It's Minecraft.
I'm looking for it.
Goldfish got
Found
it. He's taking it back.
You did? Okay, here we go.
Oh wait,
Oh, no.
I'm gonna put my citrus head on for this so that way it's official.
Who's gonna
Why
get
the
in
hell am I
Minecraft,
the
though?
only one who hasn't a
Who's
different
gonna jump
person's
in?
head?
Everyone's just pretending
Citrus,
to
of
be
course.
somebody
Look,
else.
it's
Alright,
citrus
go.
is in the minecart.
Push him!
Go, go,
Push
go,
him.
go.
That was the
go,
most
go.
anticlimactic
Yes.
roller
Did
coaster
it even
ever.
work?
Yep, it worked. The border's
You're not
moving.
happy with
The
our
border's
performance.
moving.
gone.
The season has
Guys,
started.
we're free! We're
Red,
free!
follow me. We must go to where the starter base will be.
Hey,
All right,
Building
so are we
ideas.
ready?
Yeah,
Yes.
I'm
Yes.
all set.
Okay.
Let me run.
Yes, let's
Everybody's
do
got
this.
everybody's got a Robin head, right?
I have one extra. I have one extra.
Yes.
Oh, come on.
Okay, so
I
I'm
knew
it.
going
I
to do the
need
same
one.
thing I did last time,
Yep.
and I'm going to summon. Oh my gosh, you made a smiley face with a boat
Like-
for a nose.
Like, that's what that happened to
I'm
everyone.
going to
who
summon
joins
the
to
item
this
needed
team.
to hit those
Yep.
command blocks. So almost done here. Ender chest contents. There, now it's ready for whoever downloads the world download. Now it is a shame that we didn't use some of this stuff like the Skyblock Skywars. Like, that didn't even... We never even did the event. And then this cursed pearl. You know, it says do not take, but I took it, like, ages ago, and nothing ever happened to it. You know, I kind of want to throw it. Yeah, I'm gonna throw it down there. Or it can just go to the end and where it came from. I'm done with it.
Hey, you!
What?
You finally activated me. I've been sent to force you to a particular place.
What? No.
You won't remember that you talked to me,
What are you talking
but
about?
I am taking you where it will be close.
No, 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 no!